And we're back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dark Phoenix Gaming, and you are watching Kaiserreich, Legacy of the Weltkrieg. And last time, the Weltkrieg itself kicked off proper. And Germany, and thus myself, as we are allied with Germany and in the Reichspakt, it's now at war with both the Third Internationale, primarily the British, French, Spanish, and Northern Italians, as well as Russia, who decided to jump on us. Well, they had the chance. Can't really blame them for being opportunistic twats, I suppose. We have a number of faction members who've gotten in on things, but things are pretty much a stalemate at the moment. Or that's to say, they're a stalemate in the West, with Germany and her puppet states launching a series of unsuccessful attacks on French positions. Because early on, the French actually managed to overrun the front line. And they've occupied Alsace-Lorraine, part of the Palatinate in Baden, and Luxembourg, to name a few places, as well as Dunkirk, which was formerly part of my puppets' territory. And that's why they keep launching suicidal attacks. I'm just holding defensive positions up here, or just north of Brussels for the time being, because that gives me the defensive advantage of a river to fall back on. And I don't have the manpower to expend in these suicidal doom assaults, like the rest of the Reichspakt does. Now, it's on the Eastern Front where things are actually going pretty well. While yes, Germany and its clients are losing battles in a number of places, they're winning a lot more than they're losing, and are actually pushing back the Russians, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the German flag flying over Moscow and St. Petersburg before too long. With how things are going, that seems to be entirely plausible to me. Well, I say St. Petersburg, it's actually Petrograd now. But, you know, same thing. The Russians did manage to knock out Finland, though, which is not so great for us, because that was one of our allies. We also have Sweden, but at the moment, Scandinavia is, to put it nicely, a hot mess. The Swedes had pushed all the way to and taken Oslo. Then they got destroyed and pushed back to just slightly beyond their own border. Like one province's worth beyond. But they still hold most of northern Norway. So I can't tell if they're winning or not, honestly. And the Ottoman Empire, as of right now, is still fighting the Cairo Pact. As well as Iran, which is not in the Cairo Pact, I'm just now noticing. Cyrenaica's been effectively knocked out at this point, as have all the various rebel states. We have the Entente on our side, but they're also fighting the Japanese and the Princely Federation in the Far East, so I don't know how much help they're gonna be. And the Canadians are busy fighting down in Central and South America, mostly South America, Ecuador, Colombia, and Venezuela. Who must have tried to attack. They must have tried to conquer some territory off of the East Indies, the West Indies Federation or something. Is all I can think of there. And to cap it all off, we still have negative political power, but that shouldn't be the case for very long. I'd say give it another month or two and we'll be positive there. I'm hoping at some point we'll actually have enough political power, change our economic law, and our conscription law. We need extensive conscription if we're going to keep up with the manpower requirements after all. But that's enough of the recap. Let's unpause to get started. Germany's losing a few more battles over here. Hooray, hooray. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot to mention this, but last time we did actually fend off a whole bunch more invasions of the Netherlands itself. We had a French naval invasion that actually took Amsterdam for a little bit. I managed to push that back into the sea. And another one of Frisia up here by the British, who took like 3 provinces or something before we annihilated their armies. Speak of the devil. They're trying to navally invade into Bruges again. God, they never learn. That's been their other favorite naval invasion target. Is just the Low Countries in Flanders. Which is stupid because that's where my primary defensive line is based right now. If the German front down here ever gets overrun, of course, I will have to pull that defensive line back. Oh, balls. They've landed troops in Frisia again. Okay, guys, get to it. And my fleet's not really in a position to do a whole lot. Because, well, I say, yeah, a lot of the ships are still repairing, because we had a rather nasty naval engagement last time. Most of my subs are pretty repaired, but yeah. On. Sending a couple of divisions north here. Stop bastards in their tracks. No, you dipshits. No. Guess we'll have to unassign them. I may have to redeploy my whole army again. Fucking British. That fleet needs to move. They're about to get overrun. Oh yeah, we need the whole army again. We need the whole fucking army. Goodbye, defensive line. Hello, Operation Push the British back into the sea once more. Flanders, Holland, and Frisia are about to see dangerous naval invasions. Great. Flanders can deal on his own. I have to take care of my home country right now. Get on the damn trains and head up there. We may end up losing Holland again, actually. Or Amsterdam, I should say. Okay, now, where's my air base? Sad that we've got all our planes parked in. All the way down here, eh? Fair enough. Got another 20 interwar fight. But I can't get any new units because I don't have the manpower for it. Hey, when I tell you to strategically redeploy, it means stay on strategic redeployment, you bastards. And yeah, we lost Amsterdam. If I had the manpower, I could field a ground army on the front and defend against British naval invasions simultaneously. Fortunately for me, that's not the case currently. These 4 unassigned divisions can head back to Bruges. Which I think help out there. We're about to lose it. One of my spies was killed. Don't care about that. Flanders and the East Indies can join in against Russia, sure. Not like it makes much difference. I mean, it's a token contribution that just pays lip service to our alliance, really. They're not gonna actually do anything of note there. We'll get one of our division. Bruges. Guys. You guys head down there by train. They have unassigned divisions, so reassign them to do something important. folks. Okay, Amsterdam. Okay. Naval combat off the coast of the Iberian Peninsula, where Portugal has nearly been fully occupied. And the French Republic's tenuous occupation is about to be overrun, at least in that region. They're still holding on. Wait, no, that's the Commune of France. My bad. Commune of France has a bit of Portugal, and they haven't given away yet. Guys, just kill them. I want Amsterdam back. And our reinforcements are starting to arrive, so we're holding on in Bruges. Okay, what have we got in here? It's Flanders and us. So we're still losing, but we're losing slower. Those divisions do not want to take the train, even when I tell them to. But we've now overrun that British pocket. At this point, to be honest, Amsterdam is probably just shrugging and going, another occupation? Fine, let's get this over with. Or something to that effect, because it's so frequent that they probably don't even notice. Let's put another factory on producing fighters. I need some of them. King of resources. Yeah, we need aluminum. Right now is our main thing. Germany, can I have some aluminum, please? Everything else, we have shortages, but they're not major enough to warrant starting to trade for those resources, basically. Even though Germany is wasting manpower in stupidly suicidal assaults right now, the front is holding, which is the important thing. Unfortunately, we appear to be winning a little less in Russia, which is not particularly great. Phillips has been subsidized, though. Let's see here. Investments type thing, so another military factory or two. That should do. I'm not even bothering to read the fluff text for those at this point because I'm so focused on the war. If you want to know what they say, pause the video and read them. That is why the pause button exists, after all. So that you can read text that the person making the video can't be bothered to read. At least that's how I look at it. We are now winning in Bruges. Looks like Germany has some divisions defending Rotterdam from invasion. I might need to send them some support, though. What the fuck was that? I was trying to move that division. I didn't realize it was actually fighting something. God. Well, killed some British divisions that are trying to get a foothold over here in the central Netherlands, I suppose. And the Germans are making a strong push to get Bruges back, which is nice. I have units ready for deployment. Location deployment was invalid. Yeah. And I'm actually gonna create a new army here. These divisions are. I just realized we don't have an army. I need one of them. This army here is actually going to Coast Guard. Guard aren't any of those. Just naval base is at the coast. Going to need 9 divisions to do that. Best. And we now have political power again. I'm not really focused on that, but we do. Of course, I'll feel better once we have the amount of political power we need to enact extensive conscription. 100 for that. I have 27 currently. There we go. I managed to head off that naval invasion before it got any momentum. Yeah, this is why I need Coast Guard, because we're basically playing whack-a-mole with the British in our home turf right now. To southern Sweden. And it looks like the Swedes have managed to claw back a toehold in their own turf. From the Commune of France and the Norwegian Socialist Republic. They still have Gotland, and that bit of Finland up there is disappeared, so the Finns now only have Ireland here. Russia is as Russia will ever be, and all that jazz. I don't think we're getting Bruges back anytime soon. Don't think we are. Brabant and Flanders. down in our puppet are where their naval invasions are going right now. Better that than the Netherlands proper, honestly. Seriously, the British must have some sort of fetish for Frisia and Holland. I don't know. They do not want to stop navally invading us there, even though we've annihilated God knows how many of their divisions. As a result. In fact, us alone, despite having probably the smallest army in the whole of the Reichspakt. Wait, no, let's actually check that. In the Reichspakt, and I'm not counting Iceland or Sweden because they've capitulated, or the various puppet states. No. Of actual independent nations in the Reichspakt, Finland and Denmark have the smallest army, 7 divisions. Where we have 27 divisions total, so compared to Germany's 200, that's not much, but the Union of Britain has between 34 and 102 active combat divisions right now. And yet, we're not exactly a major player in all of this, is the point I'm trying to make. And yet, we have accounted for 154,000 of the Union of Britain's 730,000 combat deaths so far during this war. In fact, let's see where else we are on that list. Only 17,000 of the French, as the French were actually the first ones to try and invade us by sea, if you can believe it, not the British. Russia alone has taken 500,000 casualties. Well, it's Russia. Even with how they got involved, it was the tail end of 1939 when Russia declared war, and they've already taken 500,000 casualties. You know, doesn't matter if it's alternate history. Russia gonna Russia. And yeah, Bruges, we're not getting that back for a while yet, if ever. And the potential overrun of Germany's half of Belgium to us is looking, or to the French I should say, is looking extremely likely to happen soon. They're attacking us in Ghent. Our defensive line is holding though. Brabant and Flanders naval invasions are still the only ones, as far as we know. There's a military factory over there. So now, we've gotten all the way down the Black Monday recovery stuff, and got some nice buffs from it. I'm going to ignore these two for now. They don't really have a whole lot of importance to us. We'll go for the Dutch Air Force. Half of things. Maybe be lucky, and that'll give us some air superiority advantages. For now, though, I'm gonna put our next factory into infantry equipment. We need to upgrade a ton of our equipment right now. So let's see. Steel. Let's see. United States, want to give us some steel? Actually, rubber as well. Germany stage is good for that. I think we're getting to the point where we should trade for that. Not the tungsten, though. Not enough of a deficit for us to bother. Oh dear. Looks like Russia's starting to roll back the front a little. This could get nasty. And now they've started to include North Brabant in their invasion. So I think we need to get some troops to Rotterdam to help out. Or we're likely to lose it. No, it's Heidelberg that's the problem. In fact, you guys, why don't you attack them? Britain, you never learn. Never fucking learn. Sweden's actually reclaiming some stuff. Not bad. Well done, guys. I mean, I very much doubt it enough to get them back in the fight, but it'll keep the socialists distracted up in the north for a while, which is nice. And we have driven them out of Heidelberg yet again. Honestly, you guys really need to get a new hobby besides launching naval invasions. Fall of Aachen, that's threatening to undermine my entire defensive position down here. No choice. Doing a regional evacuation. We're falling back to my defensive line at Rotterdam. Everyone retreat. Yes, we're selling out our puppet to better defend the homeland. Okay, the Germans got Aachen back. Still, I'm gonna camp back here on this defensive position for a little bit. Before we decide that it's safe to return to the old one. Flanders. The Air Force folk. The streets will be gone. Let's see. Germany has capitulated, so it's goodbye to the German puppet state, Belgium. Given that, I don't think our Belgium is going to last long either. Flanders, of course. Back. Honestly, I think that fallback was probably a good idea. Half of Belgium has already fallen. If I'd retained our defensive position, we wouldn't have held on to it for long, not in the face of a determined French attack. There's no way the Reichspakt survives without Austria. I'm calling it right now. Unless Austria gets in on this, the Reichspakt will be defeated within 2 years. Possibly within a year, depending on how rapid the French advance is. Let's just look at that. They've already taken most of Bavaria. We were so proud when we finally managed to finagle our way to control Belgium. Of the northern half of Belgium, I should say. And now, it's been completely overrun by the French. Almost completely. And we're having to abandon almost half our country. Flooded things. But that will do it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.